So
Yeah.
does that give us like a cultural abandonment issue?
Oh, for
Like
sure.
if you had 9 million dads come in and then you had 9 million dads leave,
I'd have daddy issues.
wouldn't you have daddy issues?
Yeah,
I'm not saying you do. I was buying a racetrack for $28 million in
Wait,
Utah.
was it the Larry H. Miller?
Yeah.
That literally is 5 minutes from my house.
I've done everything right and failed.
Yeah.
Me,
Yeah.
I've done everything right and failed.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. It's just
It really is.
So
I do need your autograph. Here, will you sign one of these for me?
We'll get to that.
That's probably what got you back up on your feet. Yeah.
Hey everybody, it's Andrew Cartwright here, and I have a special, incredible guest with me today. You're gonna absolutely love. I was at the coffee shop. I was with a friend of mine. We went to a French coffee shop. It is amazing. In fact, Nicole drives like 40 minutes just to go to this coffee shop, and we'll get into that. But I was there with Steve, and we were talking about, the channel and then gamification, which we're adding to the channel. And all of a sudden, an alarm went off, and it was like a bomb was gonna hit the place. And I looked over, and she turned off the alarm, and I'm like, wow, well, I guess it's time. And that just led into a conversation where she talked about how she was writing a book, and we'll get into that. And then I told her that I have the book, The Origin of Opportunity, and then things just went down. And next thing you know, I said, you gotta come down to the studio. So this is an ambush interview. Literally 20, 30 minutes ago, we were at a coffee shop and we wanted to bring it to you. So she's got an incredible backstory, an incredible story, incredible just person. And just wanted you guys to experience that here on the channel because we talk about finance, we talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about the struggles and the concerns and the thoughts that people have about money. And some of the thoughts came up as pretty intense moments, literally at a coffee shop, along with some ideas that I've been fighting with for a long time, for a couple of years. And I figured we'd dive into that and share that experience with you guys. So many people have been on a journey with us, the financial journey, the PPP, the PUA, unemployment, stimulus, all the stuff that's been going on in our world, this crazy world over the last 21 months. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to Nicole.
Hello.
Can you tell a little bit your name?
My name is Nicole. I'm from Twilla, Utah. It's like 20 minutes north of Salt Lake City. What do you want to know? You tell me. You got to tell me.
That was it. That's all you're getting. That's it. Yeah.
That's all there is to know about me.
All done.
I have a 9-year-old little boy. He has autism. His name is Aiden, and he's so cool. He is like the light of my life. I recently just moved here from, well, I guess I already said that. Cut that out. And I came here.
She's a director too, guys.
Yeah. I came here just for opportunity to kind of change my life 3 months ago, and that's about it. That's all I can think of.
3 months in Vegas.
Yeah.
So coming from Utah, right? Which we were at the coffee shop, and I said, "Oh, you're from Utah," and it creeped her out, I think, or scared her, or something. She's like,
"How do you know that?"
How do you know that? I'm like, "Well, it's
hello.
It's on your hat, So, so at any rate, you moved here 3 months ago. So, what's your experience living in Vegas for 3 months?
I don't know. There's like pros and there's cons. The pros are there's so much opportunity here versus in Utah. It's kind of like one of those stagnant, places. It's just everyone knows everyone and everything kind of just stays the same versus here. There's that movement of, I think, different people coming in, cultures coming in, all of that. And there's constant growth, it seems like here. So I like that about Vegas. The people are a little bit weird.
People are weird.
People are a little bit hard.
What, do they grab you at a coffee shop and drag you into the studio?
They do weird things like exactly what you just said. And then all of a sudden you're just like babbling away about your life in a studio. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly
just like that.
Yeah, I don't know. No, people they're very, for the most part, they're shut off. You were open, but most of the time people are out here like, they don't want to get to know you. They're very like hardened, which I kind of like get it. You're in Vegas. You don't want everybody knowing your business, So
I wonder too sometimes, like we have 9 people that come into town and then they leave. So
Yeah.
does that give us like a cultural abandonment issue?
Oh, for
Like
sure.
if you had 9 million dads come in and then you had 9 million dads leave,
I'd have daddy issues.
wouldn't you have daddy issues?
Yeah,
I'm not saying you do. I wasn't projecting
do
here.
I?
Maybe
No, I'm just
I think
kidding.
I have daddy issues. Well, that's a whole nother story. So we'll get into that. I'm curious. I know a lot about Utah. A
Okay.
lot.
Why?
A ton about Utah.
Okay.
In fact, I was on the news for 2.5 years in Utah.
What? Why?
And yeah.
No, I don't watch the news.
So you never watched
I
NBC, CBS, ABC?
Refuse to watch the news.
No, okay,
I'm one of
so
those weirdos.
How about the newspaper? Read the newspaper?
Nope.
Was in every newspaper there?
Are you serious?
Yeah, every newspaper.
This is the guy.
So-
I do need your autograph. Here, will you sign one of these for me?
We'll get to that. So I was buying a racetrack for $28 million in
Wait, was it the
Utah.
Larry H. Miller?
Yeah.
That literally is 5 minutes from my house.
So I offered $28 million in Tooele, Utah,
Okay.
to Tooele,
Okay.
to the 3 commissioners that were there, and to buy the racetrack.
What?
And a guy from Gilly, the Gilly Group guy, he offered $18 million, and they sold it to him.
That doesn't even make sense.
That's what I thought.
Isn't it less money?
That's
I'm not good
10
at math,
million.
but that's 10.
10
yeah,
million less
okay.
money. So I sued the county.
Oh.
So I'm literally-
you're
I'm-
that guy.
I'm that guy.
I heard about you. I'm not even joking. I heard about this guy. Weird, and I'm in your studio. I'm freaked out right now. I'm the Tooele girl he's trying to get back at. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Okay, continue with your story.
No, I could
It's so
cry
weird.
about what happened to you guys. It's horrible.
I'll cry with you. Should we have a moment?
Do you know how bad it was for you guys?
Yeah, I lived there.
So Tooele is an incredible place. I remember driving by there's that sign with all the kids where it says it's about time. Do you know what sign I'm talking about?
I've lived there my whole life, and I have no
Okay,
idea what you're
we'll
talking
get to that later. So stay tuned for that one. I'll dig into that because that's a deeper story. But so Tooele, Utah, it's a beautiful place. The people are incredible. I love the town. It's emerging into like a real town. And this track is like $130 million track. Actually, it's probably closer to 200 million. So for me, $28 million, come on, who's not going to buy that, right? So when they didn't sell it to me, I sued the county. And literally like 50 feet from where the commissioners sit is where the Judge Atkins, heard the case, right? And he ruled from the bench. And he said that that deal that was made to the Gilly Group, a Chinese company, dead. That they had to sell it to the highest bidder. Not necessarily me, I didn't know that. My legal bills on that one just that one case was like $560,000 for a 3-day trial.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was insane.
Oh.
So,
my gosh.
and then I'm like, okay, I went on the news and I'm like, okay, so now they're gonna sell me the track, right? So then I upped my bid to $29 million, the exact tax amount from before, $29 million. I'm still getting a $130 million racetrack, so it's still
it's a steal.
Still, and Larry H. Miller, the family, gave the track to Tooele for free. They gave it. Literally, the family gave it to Tooele. So this was a gift to Tooele County, and they had an opportunity to get $29 million from me,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So I was excited because I felt like I had won a big victory for you guys. I felt that I had won a victory. You were going to get $10 million more. You personally.
I should have got $10 million.
$10 million bucks. Yeah.
Man, no, it doesn't. Tooele County is such a. I call it the armpit of the USA. It's like the weirdest.
I'm freaked out right now. This is crazy.
I mean, it's really weird actually.
This is strange.
Yeah, but yeah,
Wow.
I wish that one of those dollars would have went in my pocket. That's for sure.
Right? They couldn't. At one point, they couldn't even afford their jail.
No, they can't afford anything. They're out there. Well, maybe in the last year, I feel like it's kind of skyrocketed and went up and stuff because a lot of people from California and stuff are moving there and just making everything boom. But I don't know. I don't know how well it's gonna.
It's a neat place. In time, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's really cool there.
It's pretty.
I was going to spend the next 10 to 20 years in Tooele. I was excited.
We could have been neighbors.
I was going to build 200 homes in there. I was going to build 4 condos, which would be hotels on the track, right? Would have been like the best, most like incredible place to stay. Lots of like cool club type cars, and then still have all the events. I was so excited about doing that, and would have brought in just so many jobs.
Yeah.
Like it would have been crazy.
That would have been good. It would have been good because it does need more. So a lot of houses are coming in, but there's no opportunity. Hence why I'm here. So
You need a job to pay for the.
Here's a crap ton of people. How are these people gonna pay for anything?
I literally have in the other room. I actually have my plan in there. So.
That's so weird.
It's crazy, right?
That is so weird. I'm kind of glad you didn't though, because we keep saying, which it doesn't matter now, but we keep saying like at home, like people need to quit coming here. Like we don't even have enough water.
Yeah.
We don't have anything. We don't have so it's like people just need to stop coming in there. They need to go to like Salt Lake and stuff. Leave Tooele kind of smaller.
Wow. So there's a real cultural thing in Tooele about staying small.
It needs to stay small.
Well, they're in, and this is one of the things I covered on the plan was they're in this really like they either need to grow up and be a real city.
Yeah.
Or stay the way they are, because there's a thing across in business where you need so many rooftops, so much income to support certain types of businesses. They're right in the throes of having just enough population to completely have tons of businesses overnight. Like, you ever wonder why, like, all of a sudden Walmart and all different places pop up out of nowhere? It's because the demographics hit a critical mass, and then all of a sudden the whole economy just blows up in an area. And Tooele was like, from the demographics I saw, we're right in the throes of it. So yeah, this was what was presented.
Oh my gosh, that is so weird. What?
Anyway, all kinds of stuff.
Honestly, it kind of sucks that it didn't happen because, like I said, it just sits there.
Do you know how much money you guys ended up getting?
Nothing. Yeah, didn't we get? I don't know.
So when it finally closed, I think it was like because I won that lawsuit. Then I had another lawsuit and got through that one. There was like 2 or 3 cases that went through, and at the end of it, I kept winning all the cases because the company wouldn't pay more than $18 million. So at the end of it, it closed for $18 million, and then I think Tooele wrote a check back for $13 million to them.
Oh my gosh.
At the end, when I calculated everything, Tooele got about $3 million because of legal fees and all that kind of stuff. Mine was like $1.5 million in costs.
That is so crazy.
So to go through that whole process, I'm like, why was it so important that you sell? And the only thing I can think of is he's a billionaire and I'm not.
Yeah,
right?
Probably. It probably had a lot to do with that.
It was discrimination. Total discrimination.
Yeah.
I think it's good and bad. It's like you can make an argument for how bad it would have been.
Yeah.
For sure. I can make that all day long. I went to the town, went to the places, and I can make the argument that you guys are suffering.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have 1 foot in a real town and 1 foot in a small town, and it's ripping you guys apart because you have a restaurant that'll open and then it'll close, and then it'll open and then it'll close, and it's just like you guys are teetering on where you should be.
Yeah, no small businesses make it. I was telling your friend that I had a small business and it was gone within, I think I had it for 7 months. And
what type of business?
It was a spiritual business.
Spiritual?
I had like a holistic spiritual business. Yeah. And
really?
It was fun. I loved it. I loved it so much. I bawled like a little baby when I had to let it go. Yeah. But I tried and I tried and I tried, and you have to have a lot of money in order to like have a sustainable business, right? Like you gotta, which I was like.
So what was? Let's dive in if you don't mind. Can we dive into that?
Yeah,
all right. So what made you decide to start a spiritual business?
So I've done hair for 11 years. Well, ish. I've done it since I was 15. I haven't like had my license for 11 years, and I just was like ready to try something new, and I'm always dipping my toes into. I was also telling your friend, like, I've done photography, I do tattoos, I do hair, I do blah 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 blah, like all these things, right? And there was these two men that they owned the business, and I would constantly go in there, and my, like, I don't know, a little hippie weirdo, and like
really?
Yes. So I know I don't look like it today, but this is not how I usually dress. Like, I usually am all like bohoed out, but so I am very into like energy and intuition and the spiritual part of life and all of that. So I would go in to visit their store all the time, and they were going to be moving to Oregon, and so they were trying to sell it, and I put all my money into it, and I was just like, I'm going to give it a try because I didn't want to do hair anymore.
Do you mind talking about what all your money was?
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I mean,
don't have a lot of money, but so.
No, most people think that in order to have a business, I got to tell you, I know that sounds really cruel. I just put her on the spot. But most of the businesses I've started was with no money at all. Absolutely zero money, zero zip money. In fact, I started a framing shop, and two guys, Dan and Matt, that had a crush on me that was in San Francisco. They were gay, but I'm not that way, but I don't have nothing against it. Yes. Said like they were moving, and I grabbed the equipment for probably $1,000, $2,000. I paid them off. I started a framing company, and it was profitable in 1 month from 1,000. So I'm not trying to put it on the spot. I'm just trying to show you guys that it doesn't take a lot of money to start something that could be incredible, because I made a lot of money in the framing business.
Yeah.
So with that said, do you feel comfortable telling us?
No, I'll tell you.
You sure?
Absolutely.
I don't want to ambush you here.
No, you're not. I'm
not crossing lines.
I'm never ashamed of like. Okay. I am not a wealthy woman. I have never been a wealthy woman, and I am not a person. I have, like I said, I'm a single mom with a kid that I, have taken care of with. Anyways, but so. Okay.
So how much did you start?
Because
people are going to keep.
I know. So before I started this one, I had started the salon with my best friend. We had like dumped. I think I put in like $4,000 of my money into that. Okay. Then a few months later, like give or take, maybe like 6 months, I dumped another. I think I dumped. Don't quote me on this because it was a couple years ago, but I think I ended up giving them $4,000 down. So that was like the rest of my savings. Okay. And that was to just like buy their entire inventory. There's a lot that goes into that, but so I ended up buying their entire inventory, and then I still had to pay them like an allotted amount of money every month.
So what she's talking about is what they call owner carry. So an owner will carry, most oftentimes, the people that'll take your business, because I'm a business broker. I'm licensed to do this stuff, by the way. So they'll take and say, how much have you got? They want out of the business, right, badly. And they don't want to close the business. And many businesses get closed all over the country that are actually good, sustainable, profitable businesses, which is what I hope to invest in. I hope to find people like you that need $4,000 and say, here you go.
Yeah.
Like that's like my goal of this channel.
Yeah.
My ultimate dream is to invest in thousands of people, millions of dollars, $100 million into people that start their own businesses. Find good, honest people, right, that aren't wealthy, that I can help. Like that's the mission of like my real mission. That's what scares me the most about being stressed out about even YouTube or anything like that is not getting the opportunity to help people.
Yeah.
That's what scares me. None of the other stuff, but when I can't help somebody,
like there's so much more you could be doing
to help
contribute.
People. Yeah. So they'll carry. Owners will carry. You can walk into a lot of businesses and not even put that much money down, other than maybe buying the inventory. And what you're financing is what's called the goodwill of the company. The idea that there's this thing that people know now is there, the spiritual store, and that people will continue to come there because they know it's there.
Yeah.
Because it takes a while for you to remember. Like think about like what you know somewhere is. How long it took you to realize it was there. I've driven by places for 2 years and then saw it for the first time.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of crazy. So $4,000, you go in, but
I dove in.
that's everything you had.
That's everything I had. And I was still trying to maintain doing that. Plus I had the salon. So it's kind of,
Wow.
I put the business right next to my salon so that I could like run back and forth between the two.
Oh my God.
And it was, yeah, so I was like double dipping.
I call that business Tourette's.
Oh, yeah, it freaking felt like
Yeah.
that, man. I was like, like
Yeah.
I could
You
not.
walk over to the hairstyle.
Yeah.
How are you today? You walk over to the spiritual side.
I'm just like, everybody needs to yeah. And I'm in the background just like, oh my God, like wanting to bash my head into a wall.
That's awesome.
And I couldn't balance it. I mean, I couldn't because the money just like wasn't there at the spiritual store.
So you take it over,
Uh-huh.
right? Did you get a chance to look at the 3-year sales history?
I did, and if I'm being completely honest, and it has nothing to do with them, like they're great individuals. I just, because of the town we were in, I don't think that it had a chance from like location. Location there is like prime. You've got to have the right location. And then I took it from a crappy location to another crap location.
Yeah.
Thinking because I have my
I know
heart
exactly
into
why
it.
you did it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, it's gonna work because I want it to work. Well, yeah, that doesn't happen. Like you've got to have the smarts behind it and the 3-year or like the history behind it. It wasn't telling. Like it did not, or it was telling. It didn't.
It wasn't making money.
No, it wasn't making.
So
money.
you bought a business for $4,000, which was basically I have a thing that I talk about in the course called failing forward. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. So if you're buying spiritual product, that at the end of the day, if you closed your business, you could sell it for the same price you bought it for, then the risk you took wasn't as bad.
Well, what happened?
Is that how you were thinking?
I don't know. No,
You weren't thinking.
I wasn't thinking.
You were just
that.
excited.
I was excited, but then I knew that if I failed, everything that I sold, I
Right.
had to pay them that money. Like I didn't get to keep that money because
Okay.
I was still paying them. I like signed a contract.
Okay.
So it was literally all on faith that I was going to make this work. So anything that I did end up having to close my doors. I had to give them all of the money for the product. So I bought their product. Basically, I double bought everything.
Oh my God. So,
Yeah.
okay, just to give you an example, this happens like more often than not.
Yeah.
Mainly because people don't get business brokers.
Yeah.
So let's say she called me, right? And as a business broker, and she said, I have this business I want to buy called a spiritual.
It was Blue Antler. It was called Blue Antler.
Okay, Blue Antler, a spiritual place that I'm buying. Basically all the merchandise is $4,000. And I would say, okay, how much does it net per year?
Are you asking me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't even know. I have no idea. Like,
So you didn't have the financials 3 years
I
back?
did, but it was like it was so like fluctuating. Like it did not bring in that much money at all. But never mind. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
So this is one of the traps people get into, believing they can create some sort of miracle.
It's
Right.
like, yeah.
It's
I'm a
the
miracle
entrepreneur
worker.
disease. I have it. It's deep within my veins.
Mm-hmm.
I have the virus, disease, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
of believing that I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Entrepreneurs are typically those people that you tell them you can't do something. Watch this. And they will say, I don't think you can do it.
Yeah, and
And instantly you're just
it makes me so mad. I just am like, yes,
See?
I can. Like I'm.
Yeah, see?
And then even if I know that I can't, hence that business, I'm like, I'm gonna do it.
And
it's
that is the trick. So part of like, I think over my time, because I'm like super old,
so old.
200 years old,
Yeah,
right?
300 at least.
300 at least.
Yeah.
But basically is to step back and go, okay, like for example, Elon Musk, right? If his company's trading for 154 times its earning, he's not God.
Yeah.
Like if you look at another company, it trades for 13 times what it makes, right?
Yeah.
And that's a stretch.
Yeah.
Okay? For a human being that has competitors, right? Like now he's got with the truck Rivian, he's got a competitor now in the truck, Jeff Bezos, right? So you look at that, and we'll get into Jeff Bezos later, right? When we talk about the other thing. So basically, I don't know how he could actually get that, right? Get there. So when you look at a business like if it made $10,000 a year, right?
Yeah.
That the multiplier, the rule of thumb, typically in a business is 3 times, 2.5 to 3 times what its net income is. Net income.
Are you asking
You're
what
cringing,
that is?
right?
I know.
I
I'm so bad at math. Are you asking me what
so
it is?
if it made $10,000 a year, it would be worth. Well,
I'm like, you gotta answer this. I'm so bad at math. I don't know.
Yeah. So I mean, 10,000 a year would be 2.5 times. It would be $25,000.
Answer your own question. I'm so
but then
bad
you've got to minus out what you could pay somebody to do your job.
But I was doing the job, so I was like trying to.
So you weren't counting yourself. So how much was the business really worth?
Oh, maybe. When I bought it, because I tried like figuring it all out, I think the most it was worth, and if they watch this, I'm so sorry. I think it was like $1,500 is probably what the business was actually worth.
That's pretty generous. You're nice. You're
think?
so nice. Yeah.
I feel like them having to like.
I mean, honestly, it's probably worth. And we have typically 2 types of sales that we typically do. One is a stock or company transfer. The other is going to be an asset transfer.
Okay.
Right? An asset purchase. So for you guys learning, hey, so asset purchase is you just buy this stuff.
Yeah.
Good luck. More power to you.
Yeah.
And then you feel like, and they get out with selling their stuff without liquidating it.
That's what I should have done.
So when we sell a business and it becomes a liquidation sale, typically we get about half of what the merchandise is worth. So them with a unmotivated buyer probably would have sold the $4,000 worth of stuff for 2.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on it. Like, yeah.
And then you sign a note, a commitment to pay.
Oh, it's cringy to even like think about it. I try not to like look back on that.
Do you realize though that you not telling that story, there are hundreds of thousands of people that are repeating this.
Yeah.
I see this all the time, but nobody wants to listen to me. Like when I make content that is to try and help people.
Listen to this.
No one will listen.
They need to because
I'm like, I could have, if I would have been at the coffee shop in Tooele, which I went to that Starbucks right there, which is next to Dick's
there.
Barbecue.
I worked there.
I went to that Starbucks every freaking day for like 2.5 years.
You want to know what's crazy? You probably went there when I worked there.
There. That's funny. I bet you.
I was like, what do you want? Like a mocha latte?
Yeah,
Sure.
probably.
Weird.
And I had so many meetings there. And then of course I went to and spoke at some of the meetings and stuff like that. So if we would have met and I could have talked to you, I would have been the guy that out of the blue, they would just have meant, oh, she just met the devil. Oh my God, this is horrible. Because I would have sat there and I would have said, look, if you sell your merchandise, it's $4,000. A desperate seller would be 2. We'll give them 3.
Yeah.
Right? And then how long of a lease did you sign? This is another one that's going to hurt you.
It was until I paid, because, okay, so get this. It was.
So, yeah, it gets deeper. I already know. I know these stories. 32 companies, 17 industries. But again, nobody cares to. All my stuff's free. I'll tell everybody anything they want to know. I'll help them.
So they wanted $15,000 for the whole business. And I said, well, I'm not going to give you $15,000. Mm-hmm. And then they were just like, okay. And then they were going to.
Especially because you ain't got it.
I'm like, I'm not paying $15,000.
Yes.
Yeah, because we don't got it.
Yeah.
And so I told, because then they're like, okay, we're going to go with a different buyer, yada, yada. Well, then.
Yeah.
No, it fell
Sure.
through.
Yeah, it fell through. Yeah, I always hear about those other buyers.
I know. So then, which it was.
I've never met those other buyers, by the way.
I think you didn't.
I've never met other buyers.
I wonder if it's all like it's a thing. Yeah, they're just like
it's a thing.
Another buyer.
It's a thing. Other buyer. Really?
Like,
What's their name? What's their name?
Well, and I know that they did have other buyers, and I think the other person could see that it wasn't worth what they were asking, and but me, I'm like, okay, I'll still take it, and so I took it for $11,500. But I only
That's
had
called FOMO, folks.
Yeah.
Fear of missing out.
I had...
And she didn't want to fall into the sumo category, which is straight up missed out.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
exactly...
Okay. Yeah.
Well, because I was like, all right, this is going to change my life, you know? I'm going to, like, do something besides hair, and I was stoked. And, yeah. Well, so then I was supposed to pay that over the next little bit, and they, you know, they got really angry with me when I decided that I didn't want to have it anymore, and so then that's when we kind of settled on I will pay the, like, whatever is sold, I'll give you guys that money for what I sold, which I understand why they were upset. You know, I signed a contract. I should have stayed true to my word and whatever, but I should have been smarter. But I learned a lot from it, you know, saying...
Okay, so I got to stop right here. So,
just like, shut up.
here's the other thing. When you find out that you have lemons and you thought you had mangoes, it's time to pick up the phone and do something that most people do not want to do. And it's called renegotiate. We do it in our personal life. When we don't like stuff, we renegotiate the terms of the deal. In this particular circumstance, I'm all about keeping your word, honoring your agreements, the whole bit. But there comes a time when somebody takes from you and you feel ripped off, robbed, and it's nobody's fault, right? If you would have miraculously turned this around. But they knew also what they had, and they knew also what it was worth, and they were running from something they didn't want to be tied to. They got you to sign up for the gig, and now you're having the conversation that they're disappointed. The reality is it's time to negotiate and renegotiate the terms of our agreement, because had I known what I know now, that it would never have been this way.
I would have never.
You know, that's why most people want to be paid in full.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what happens is once you find out the reality,
yeah,
right, then you call and try and renegotiate, or you just stop altogether.
Yeah. Well, and there could have been, looking back, like there could have been better things that I could have done better. Definitely shouldn't have been trying to do two businesses, but I was doing it because the one wasn't keep bringing me anything, and so I had to do what I had to do to keep a roof over my head. I could have picked a better location. There were so many things I could have done better to probably make it run better, and then it would have never happened.
Still maybes though. Do you realize all those are maybes?
100%.
You could have been in the best location and failed.
Yeah.
I've done everything right and failed.
Yeah. Well,
Me.
yeah.
I've done everything right and failed.
Yeah.
Like
here's the kicker.
Nobody has that like secret. It's all a lie.
I mean, it is all a lie.
It's all a lie.
It's a facade.
There is no real secret. Anybody who says they have a secret, they're lying. We're all doing the best we can.
We are.
You know?
The best part about it is that, guess what? They moved back to Utah, and now the Blue Antler is theirs again.
Oh. So they're back there working it.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's funny the way that everything works out.
So the other thing, the funny thing too, is that, you know, you have passions, hobbies, and businesses.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. That's a good way to put it.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the course, actually. We talk about that.
Let's put the link, enter a link
yeah.
here.
So, but well, I don't want to see people get hurt.
No, you don't want someone to go through this horror story that I have for you.
But it's really funny how a lot of people get caught up in the fact that they're so happy about what they want to do that they don't realize that they're really buying a hobby.
Yeah.
Right? Or they're embracing in their passion. A lot of people that get in racing, you know, or mechanic type stuff, or let's say remote control cars, parts. You go to those places, you're like, how you guys doing? And they're like, not good.
Yeah.
It's because it's a hobby.
Yeah.
Right? And so many hobby type stuff where people passionately love it. The music business is another one. Lots of people in the music business make no money.
Yep.
Right? They're not treating it like a business, which is a whole nother problem.
Yeah.
But it's a passion and it's a hobby.
Yeah.
A business makes money.
Yeah.
Right?
You almost have to not be so invested emotionally
Yeah.
in it. And like, yeah, you do. You can't have both. And I realized that quickly it's probably a month after I got it.
So if we flip the script, and I'll give you a scenario where it does work. Same concept. Let's say, for example, you were working 8 hours a day and you were making $250,000 a year. You were a rep or whatever it may be for Ford or whatever, or for Larry H. Miller's finance company. I think it's called Prestige or something like that. Finance company or Premier something. I used them. I had a bunch of car dealerships too. So at any rate, you were banging it out and doing great over there. And you had this store that you went to and worked maybe 3 or 4 hours a day, and you had somebody helping you run the store. But as a result of that, you were in touch with all the energy stuff that you're excited about. You were in touch with all the different people that come through there. You start a podcast, a YouTube channel, and you're engaged in it.
I mean,
totally different vibe, right?
Yeah, totally different thing.
Then maybe worth it, right?
You have that balance though, which a lot of people don't know how to, they don't know how to see that balance when it's like, especially with the way that it happened with me. I was like, just one person living on a dream. Here's my $3,000, $4,000. Let's try and make this work.
No.
It wasn't the correct way to do it.
There's no, I mean, it's not your fault. It's just, and people are going to do this no matter YouTube or whatever. People are going to do this forever. They're going to do exactly what you did. It's just it's a human thing.
It is. It really is.
It's an entrepreneur thing. If people tell you you can't do something and you want to do it, you're probably an entrepreneur. Yeah. That was one thing I used to do when I was, training good salespeople. Is I would tell them when they'd come in, I don't think you can do this job.
You would like specifically tell them that to put that fire in their soul. I would say
I don't think you can do this.
Yeah.
I really don't. And then they would tell me, I don't think you have I just don't think you have it.
And then that would weed the.
If they agreed with me, I was like, oh, thank God. they're gone. If they don't believe in themselves,
and I don't want them.
Because to try and build people up every day, I've had thousands of salespeople. To build people up every day is exhausting.
Yeah.
I need somebody bringing some fire, some wood to the fire.
Yeah.
I can't bring the wood, light the fire, bring the wood, light the fire, and then nobody else wants to. Everybody's throwing stones. Oh, you could have said it better. You could have inspired me better. Or I've said that before, and you're like, what?
Why aren't you doing this for yourself?
Yeah, why don't you do this for yourself? So it was one I really pushed.
Yeah.
And I plan to do that. Spoiler alert, when I invest in companies, I plan to tell people for example, let's say you were wanting me to invest in a company that you're looking at buying, right? Let's say it's a salon, because you know the business and whatever it may be. I check you out, I find out that you're really good in the salon business, and we're looking at buying a salon. I'd probably tell you, I don't think you can do it. Let's try it. Let's try it right now. I don't think you can do it.
Okay, wait, are you? Hold on, we gotta cut this part out. You're wanting me to.
So we're gonna buy that salon over there. The salon makes $1 million a year. We're gonna buy it for $3 million.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
I'm gonna put up the money to buy it. I'm gonna give you 81% of the company.
Oh, dang. All
81%.
Okay.
Company makes $1 million a year.
All right. And you don't think I can do it?
And when you're telling me all about it, I'm going to tell you, I don't think you can. I don't think you can run that salon.
Well, I think my thing would be why don't you think I could do it?
I just don't think you can do it.
Okay, well then I'm going to push even harder to do it.
Oh, you're talking about it now. Talk to me. I don't think you can do it.
I can do it, and I am.
Well, how do I know you could do it?
I mean, I guess I'd show you the numbers, and I'd show you my.
What numbers? We haven't even bought the business yet.
I guess as me, I don't know what you're wanting from me right now. What are you saying?
I want to know if I should invest $3 million in you.
Absolutely, you should invest
But
because I'm freaking awesome and I can do it. Look at me, come on. I mean, I am worth $3 million. I'm worth more than
You're worth way more than $3 million bucks.
$10
Come
million.
on,
Get out of here.
But will you keep that business? Do you have what it takes when people attack you, file labor disputes? People come at you for discrimination. people come at you trying to say that you didn't pay your taxes? Do you have what it takes when everything comes at you, when your competition comes up with a better plan than you, when you don't have the right marketing strategy, when the entire salon exits because of some, internal union that everybody got together and there was some drama, and next thing you know, we got an empty salon. What are you gonna do?
Well,
I expect that place to pay me back.
I've kind of already been through that, so I can tell you that. I can tell you that.
So I know a little bit about the salon business.
I can 100% tell you that. Yeah, it does happen, and you do it, and I have done it, and I don't have this like big successful salon right now. Like I have a successful salon, but it's not like I'm.
You have a salon.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I have a salon.
Okay.
He doesn't even know. This guy doesn't even know. Yeah.
Alert! Another surprising event. She owns a salon.
It's just a little guy, and we've got people coming and going all the time, but it's.
Do you want to plug the salon?
Do I want to what?
Plug it.
Play the salon.
Plug. Where is it? Where can they go?
Oh, it's in Tooele County. It's
YouTube goes everywhere.
It's in Tooele. Well, it's called 48 Salon 48.
Salon 48.
Yeah, it doesn't even have like an official name. It's like a very homey vibe. Like people just come in, do their job, and they leave. It's actually really cute. You can all look it up, or you can look it up on.
Yeah, we'll put the link down below. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute. But yeah, I think if you want something, if like me, I'm a very like driven person. So it's like basically, if you tell me that I can't do something or you're not going to believe in me, then I'm going to do every little thing to make sure that it does happen.
Right.
And it's mainly just like a force within inside of myself. It's like, okay, you got to prove everybody around you wrong. That's a big reason I'm here.
And that's what I really want to talk about is that internal force. Like, meeting me in the coffee shop or even talking to me, right? Would you ever think that I would stand toe-to-toe with your county?
No, never.
Right?
Like, no. It is the most random little...
Like that
You're like a calm, chill dude just sitting over there minding your own business. I could not see you like, roaring up like towards an entire county to try and get something that you believe in and that you want. Like you were.
Do you realize they escorted me out from I was at the pulpit and the sheriff escorted me away from the place?
What? Were you just losing your mind?
It's on the news. I was calling him out.
I'm gonna have to.
I was calling him out.
I gotta become a news person.
Right there, I was calling him out.
What?
Yeah.
I'm so confused. I'm gonna have to look you up. This is so weird.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I think that you have, there's an essence of being just wonderful and loving people and just caring for them like you do at the salon and making them like just feel really good. But as an entrepreneur, there's got to be this like solid rock. I call it like just I'm an Iron Man in the inside. Doesn't look like it. Got like nice frosting.
Yeah.
It's all cute and fluffy.
On the outside.
Maybe some fluffy shoes. But inside, you're going to find solid titanium rods.
You're sturdy.
Yeah.
You are.
I won't quit.
No.
I won't sleep.
Nope.
Like when, So it's...
I mean, you got the true heart of an entrepreneur. I mean...
So, and you do too. And that's what I was saying is that's part of what my thought is, because you said it, right? When we start talking about it. When I go in, I'm going to find that grit.
The thirst for it.
That I ain't going to back down.
You gotta have it. I mean, you gotta have that. You can't be weak. And like, there have been points, don't get me wrong, I've not always been like this. Like, I have failed. I've bawled my eyes out in fetal position, just like I cannot go on another minute. I can't believe this is happening to me. But then, and a big reason coming down to Vegas is we're rebuilding the blocks to our foundation so that I can become sturdy again and be like, okay, because I do have that entrepreneur, soul where I'm like, there's so many things that like I want to do.
And you just happen to sit next to like
I know
a titan, an entrepreneur titan,
typing over there on my computer, and you just like started talking to me.
Like,
but
don't dream around me.
But that's because every single day, because I've had to get to a point where I was just like, if I want something, you have to just like you have to put it out there. And it's not that I have a vision board and I'm out there writing on it every single day saying, okay, today I'm going to meet Andrew and he's going to, you know, put me on a podcast and it's gonna like start a next chapter of my life. Like, that's not even how I think. It's the fact of my bubble, my energetic field is pushing out to everyone around me and drawing them in like a magnet towards me, as far as like people who are like-minded, people who are good people, not just, because I have a lot of people that have burned me. You just heard a couple things, you know. And so I'm constantly just aware, but not hyper fixating on it. I'm aware of, I'm going to draw in like those building blocks to my sturdy foundation. And so, yeah, you got to have that fire, but you don't have to. I think people constantly are trying to, they work too hard at it. There's a difference between like working hard and then there's working too hard. Like you're so honed in and focused that you don't just let life happen. You know, you're just like freaking out. And when you freak out, you're like repellent. People don't want to be around you, and people don't want to, they're just like, ew, you know, it's kind of like icky. But when you're just like, that's like when we started this, I'm like, okay, let's like center ourselves. I was just joking, but it's like, if you have that like calming of like, well, whatever I need is going to come to me, and you know it. And so, yeah, I kind of went off on a tangent there, but
No, that was good. It was good.
Yeah. So I think the fire that people, I think everybody has it. Depends on what it is for you, but yeah, every single person has it.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, you know, it's so, you know, does it? I mean, I kind of slow down for a second in the sense that how does it hit home with me?
Yeah.
You know, because I have a tendency. Part of what my process is to lay the intensity so that it gets me to push forward to do things, right? Yeah. So I definitely put a lot of pressure on myself, but I also think, you know, I think part of it is I'd like to put so much pressure on me that I forge coal into a diamond. I want to be that good. Like I want to help and serve people, and I want to become the best version of myself. And I want to make sure that I can, you know, bring the best out in people. And I just think that if I can't deliver I've spent 38 years learning everything that I've learned. Yeah. And I want to share it with the world. Yeah. Right? And I'm dying to. And I watch all kinds of fake people that people follow. Oh, yeah. And I'm glad they follow them. I'm so happy that somebody's doing well from somebody else following and making money off of courses of people that have no experience. Yeah. But, you know, I'm happy for them, and they're both happy. So that's called business. Yeah. Right? But I would love to get to the point where I can really help people. Because right now there's $1 trillion in businesses that need to trade hands. $1 trillion per year for the next 10 years. There's baby boomers with $1 million salons that need to sell them and can't find somebody to buy them. Real businesses, not hobbies, right? Not hobbies.
Yeah, real businesses that are thriving or they've been doing good. Yeah, that's crazy.
And you could be making $1 million a year and you're not, with the same amount of time you do to make nothing.
That is crazy. How did you even learn that? Why do you know that? Why do you know that?
I've started 32 companies in 17 industries.
Why does this guy know this?
Been a multimillionaire 4 times.
Okay, this leads me into the question of...
Okay, the question.
Yeah, the question of... Okay. What is it that, like, drives you to people to, like, want
I know,
to,
I told you all about how much I love my other half.
Yeah. Like, what drives you to be this? What brings that out of you? Like, what feeds that in your soul?
I just want to help people. I just, you know, like I want people to do well, you know, and I feel like
this is good. It's raw. It's like bringing out some emotion. You, it's so good.
It's too much emotion, right?
I love this. This is so good.
I'm sorry, I just can't talk.
I'm just talking
Thank you for just talking.
No, I love it because I'm like, it's inspiring. Someone who has literally built an and what is that? An empire ship underneath yourself. You could have everything a man could want. And usually at that point, people stop, right? They stop caring about those around them. And the fact that you're still very involved with everybody you come in contact with. I am a Joe Schmo off the side of the street, and you're like, what can I do for you, and what can you do for me? Like, what is and there's that good energetic exchange of like, and I'm huge on this, I'll say that all the time. There's got to be that like exchange. I'm going to give you something and you're going to give me something. And I don't know, you don't even need to do that. You have everything.
I know, I do that every day. I'm like, the first thing I thought of when you were talking about how you're writing a book, she's writing a book. I wrote a book, and I was talking about how I was able to write the book, how hard it is and how grueling it is. And then also trying to encourage you to make sure that you kept going, and then giving you tips about what will block you. You will block you. Mm-hmm. When you run into an obstacle you can't confront, and you'll set it down for longer than you need to, and you need to keep going.
Yeah.
Right? You need to go.
Yes.
Right? So my heart is like, for you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I have to be nice. I have to be soft. I can't be like, like tough. My dad was.
Yeah.
My dad was like brutal, like you will succeed. And he just wouldn't take any reasons, justifications, nothing. Like I had to do it. Like he just believed in me.
I
like crazy believed in me.
That is so amazing.
And I was a millionaire by 17 with 200 employees.
Oh, you were not.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I am not worthy. Like, what the heck? This is insane. Yeah. So you've hit the highs and the lows, right? Because then you were homeless, you said.
Yeah, I lived in a 5x5 storage unit.
How do we go from millionaire at 17 to, okay, now we don't even have a pot to piss in, basically?
A series of cycles. I ended up buying a bunch of companies. It got to the point where I was worth $15 million, and had some crooked people take it from me. And by the time you could come back to it, you can't get there.
Yeah. And
you're either buried in legal fees or buried in some other way. I went from being worth $15 million to $875,000 in debt. And
so then you went from that to how do we dig ourselves out of that?
So I was sitting, I was sitting at Starbucks and enjoying my coffee. I filled out unemployment. You never file unemployment because it's not what people do. It's my dad said you don't do it. You're a taker if you do it. You never take unemployment.
I feel that.
You never do anything. And I had no income. I had no job. I had no nothing. And
that's probably what got you back up on your feet.
It did.
Yeah, which I get that because I'm that person.
And at that time, I was paying child support, and I got my unemployment check, and it was like literally garnished.
Yeah.
And then my passport was taken as well. So it was, because I couldn't afford the child support, so they took the passport. I was trying to get stuff up and going again. I'm an entrepreneur, so it's like people look at you like, you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Like, how do I give you a job? You're an entrepreneur. You like, and it was like, wait a minute, I'm kind of overqualified in some ways. I've had, I could do anything in your company. Yeah. In fact, I can do what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it was just awkward. And I grabbed one of the businesses I wrote when I was 18 years old. I wrote a business plan called Homes for Sale by Owner. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to help people sell their own homes.
Yeah.
Right? And I pulled that plan up and I said, I've never done this business.
Okay.
Right? And I remember just sitting there having coffee and saying, I'm going to do something that I'm passionate about. Mm-hmm. So I went out and I got on the computer, and I'd never used Adobe before. And I built a magazine, a mock-up of it. I went out, and in 3 weeks, I sold $106,000 in advertising.
Oh my gosh. Like, this is the perfect example of if you believe in yourself, you can do absolutely anything.
I keep going even when I don't believe in myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Because at that time, I was just doing it.
Yeah.
I didn't believe I could do it.
Yeah, but you didn't give up. You still did it.
I had to hide the fact that I was homeless.
Yeah. You did?
Of course.
Nobody knew you were homeless?
No one.
Oh.
Not even my family.
That's what I was gonna say. So where's your dad that's like, I believe in you so much?
I stayed away from him.
Because you were like embarrassed. You were like,
I didn't want them to burden them.
Yeah.
I didn't want them to burden them.
Oh, you are such a beautiful human. That's insane. That's awesome.
It's funny, a friend of mine who's a dentist that, I knew during this time, he actually, I slept on his couch one night, the first night, and he was talking about that night about rent and stuff like that. And I was thinking about I'm $875,000 in debt. The last thing I want to do is lose my friends to having to pay rent that I don't have.
Yeah.
So the next morning I was gone.
Oh my gosh.
And he brought it up later. He goes, I can't believe you left. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm $875,000 backwards. The bum is better off than I am.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't owe money.
Yeah.
Right? He's not being sued for money. He's not being attacked for it. His credit's not being destroyed.
Yeah.
His financial life is not being destroyed. He's just there.
Yeah.
he's like better off than me.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're like, hey, do you have any advice?
I envy your position. Why? I'm broke and homeless. Well, you're not $875,000 in debt.
Like, by the way, do you have $1 I can have?
Yeah. Can I borrow your social security and identity, please? Let's just switch. You be me, because the difference of you being $875,000 in debt probably isn't going to change.
Like, tag me in, coach.
But I want to rebuild my stuff. Yeah, it was crazy. So obviously we have like a ton to talk about. We could probably talk for the next 2 days. Like forever. So thank you so much for being on the show and for being so honest and vulnerable.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me after a weird little interaction for 30 minutes at a coffee shop. And it was a good little opportunity for me to come here and meet you. And this was fun. I enjoyed it.
And maybe your next business you buy will be one that'll pay you.
Hopefully. We're crossing our fingers. Not another bust, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll have some tools on now what to look for when you buy a business.
I'm gonna go to that link.
Or you'll just call me.
Yeah.
And say, hey, Andrew, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'll
call
help
you and take your course and read your book.
There you
you go.
Nicole, everybody.
It's me.
Thank you for watching. Love you guys.